Happy Wednesday. I guess that's hump day. We are actually going to do some prep work for the ankles and feet for camel pose, which will come a long time from now. However, we are going to do some of the base work for it. So today, I want you to start out. Oh, your strap right there behind you. And have you put your feet straight out ahead of you. Put the strap around both feet. And then I'm just going to have you just a gentle pressure on the strap. Yeah, just enough to get your spine up. And then you're just going to turn your palmar side of your feet, the base of your feet together. And then you're going to turn them out away the best you can. Flex them out. You're going to rotate them in, touch the surfaces again. And it's just a gentle pressure on that strap, not a lot. And then turn them back out. Very nice. Relax your feet. And then keep the strap there and just flex and point and flex and point. Especially if you're doing this in the morning and not later in the day when your ankles haven't been working. It's good to get your ankle just a little bit loosened up. Get them juiced up, juice the joints. And then you can do 5 more of the palmar surface of the feet together. And flex them out. Pinky toes turn up to the ankles. Yeah. Tuck your core ab muscles in, belly button to your spine, just to keep your spine safe while you're doing this. It's good to watch and make sure your knees aren't hyperextending. So if you bring a gentle, bigger bend into your knees, and then go ahead and do that. The strap just gives you a little bit of resistance. If you don't have a strap, that's all right. It's good to have one. We'll be using straps a lot, especially this week. And then when you're ready, come to your hands and knees. Yep, the tops of your feet are going to be down on the floor, just like Ross's are right there. And I want you to press through your shins into the floor. Press your shins into the floor. And it's going to bring a gentle roundness to your back. And then go ahead and tuck your head. Oh, yeah. And press through those shins. And then press through your hands. On the inhale, let your back come down. Take the pressure off of your shins. And let your belly button sink to the floor. Bring your heart down lower than your shoulders. So we're going to go into cow back. Head comes back. Look up, press through your hands. Not your shin. And then gently press through your shins all the way to the floor. And let that back round and tuck your head. Go back into cat back. Inhale, back into cow back. Really let that belly button be heavy to the floor. Heart and sternum reach forward through the front of the shoulders, like a little window. And then press through your shins. Oh. Tuck your head. And let that back curl up. And see if you can start working individually the vertebrae, pushing each vertebrae up when you're in cat back, all the way down and let that sacrum round. Get yourself through 4 or 5 of those total at least. Relax the shin pressure, head comes back, belly button sinks to the floor on the exhale. Tailbone reaches for the back wall behind you. Head reaches up and forward. Ah. Let that belly button sink. Let your heart sink. So now we're going to work a little bit into a different pose. So walk your hands back to your knees. Walk your hands up, and you're just going to come up to sitting. If your knees are bugging you, just don't go back behind a bigger degree. If you can, go ahead and, bring yourself into heels are just on the outside of your sit bones. And if you can touch your big toes together, if not, no big deal. If your knees are an issue, sit up, please. Take your blanket or a bolster or a muscle roller out, lean forward just a little bit. So you're going to lean forward, put your hands on the floor and lean forward. Now rotate the hips that way. No, just keep going. Move your body that way. Wait, no. Okay, just go that way. Yeah. Lean way far forward, like I said. And then sit back. Now, this is a good detoxing pose too. Anytime we have the ankles flattened out on the top of the feet like they are in this pose, it's a good detoxing pose. And also if we have that pressure on the hamstrings with the blanket and a little extra support in your knees. If this is uncomfortable, just when you realign yourself, make sure your heels are on the outside of your sit bones and his toes are touching. But if you can't turn your feet in to touch your toes, no worries. Just make sure your heels are on the outside of the sit bones. And close your eyes and find your breath. And if this is still too much for your knees, I'll run through, just message me and I'll send you a message about what to do with something else completely different to still get the same effects mostly, but definitely take all the risk out of having your knees hurt or injuring your knees. Just don't do this pose as this. You can keep adding thickness of blanket between you and your ankles. It does decrease. So in the midst of everything that's going on right now, as you sit and focus on your breath, if you struggle with bringing things into focus right now and staying focused on breath, on something easy that takes your mind off of things, all I ask is that you keep coming back to your breath. Anytime your mind wanders here, take a deeper, big baby belly breath. Feel that air move down into your abdomen. And as you gently contract your diaphragm up into your chest cavity, focus on your breath, or my voice, which is, I don't know how that's relaxing in any way, but for now, so we've been in a compression position, and so anytime we're on joints that have more pressure on them, when they're, we want to come out of the position slowly. So slowly open your eyes. Big inhale into your belly, and this time open your mouth and do a lion's breath, which is a very audible exhale. Do that about 4 or 5 times on your own count. Big baby belly breath. So the air comes in, big belly, exhale that air out, push your belly button and your diaphragm up into your chest cavity. Yep, keep lion's breath. That dispenses a lot of heat out of the body, and now we're going to slowly move out of this position by putting your hands, leaning forward, putting your hands on the mat. Oh, it just Just do it. Yeah, okay. Or just jump forward like he did. Sit back down for me for a second. Sorry. I was so bad. So lean forward and put your hands on the mat. Take a deep breath. And press your shins into the floor. Yeah. Take your hands off the mat and keep your body in the position it's in. Keep pressing only by the weight in your shins. Yep. Come up to straight back. Head up. If you can, keep pressing through your shins. And then relax back down into the seated position. Lean forward, put your hands on the mat. Press through your shins. Slowly hinge at the hips, bring your body up. Big baby belly breath, audible exhales. Keep pressing through those shins. Now sit back just a little bit and keep pressing through the shins. Press through the shins again. By this time, actually come up a little bit without any pressure and straighten your feet directly behind your knees. Yep. Oh, yeah. Tops of the feet are still on the floor. This is great looking. That's a good alignment. In the lower leg, the outside bone is the fibula that attaches to these clavicular joints down here. And to all the tarsals that sit. Oh, yeah, that's good. I'm going to do that at the end really quick. But when there's a ton of muscles that move and fascia and everything that hold into that fibula, this particular stretch opens up a lot of that stuff, and it'll open up everything up through the knee. Well, actually farther, but for now we're focusing here. So if we get all of these things kind of nice and stretched out, now press through your shins again. Sit yourself back. Keep pressing through your shins. Hold your body up and let your shoulders be soft. Keep pressing through those shins. You're going to start feeling kind of weak now, and the first thing that's going to give out, yeah, you can come up for a second and then move back down into that seated position and press through those shins. Press through the shins. Keep your body up. So if you have, again, knee issues, you pause just for a second. I'll show you. Make sure you have a pad under your knees. Do you want to... Now press to those shins. When you do this too, you actually get a little extra stretch in the top of the feet and the front of the legs. So you're going to press through your shins, hold your body in that seated position, let your shoulders be soft, belly button to your spine. Press through those shins again, lift a little bit. That's it, pause there. Find it, you got this. And then come all the way up, back to hands and knees. Go ahead and tap your feet behind you. So beat them up a little bit. Yep, do that. And then flex your feet. Come to the balls of your feet. Exhale, yeah. And then you're just going to press up with your hands and kind of walk yourself back into forward fold or whichever is however you can get into forward fold. Keep your knees really bent. We don't want to overstretch the hamstrings right now, so this is a really good position. Let your head be heavy. Cross your arms like this. Hold each other's elbows or your elbows. Now just let your arms be heavy, your shoulders be heavy, and your head be heavy. Keep that deep bend in the knee right now. We don't want to do anything to the hamstrings. And see if you can let your body be heavy. Oh, yeah. Get a little stretch in that back. Walk yourself up to standing. Put your hands on your knees and just kind of push yourself up into standing. And then reach out, reach up. Exhale your hands to your heart. I'll get the fan in this picture too. You want to take a step back. Keep going. And then reach out, reach up on your inhale. And then exhale your hands to your heart. Today put both palms, one palm on your heart. Hand covers the other one. Close your eyes. Press to your feet a little bit. And even add a little bit of pressure into the outside of the ankles. Find your breath. Feel the weight on your chest and let your body be soft here. Let your shoulders relax, let your elbows relax, let your hips relax. Just a little tiny bit of pressure into your feet. Ross is doing a great job of showing how you should always keep a little bend in your knee. That's actually pretty crucial, especially when you're discovering how to root and let the energy, blood, lymph, nervous system, all of those things travel through the body in a proper place for just a minute. Reach out, reach up. Big stretch up. Start your hands down low next to your legs. Bring your arms back down here and reach to the floor. Press through your feet to do it. And then let your arms come way out. Reach to both walls. Oh yeah, reach them all the way up. Yeah. Pull your shoulders and arms up into your ears, and then go ahead and let those shoulders fall down away from that. And now it's time to notice just a couple things, our tendencies, that when you bring your shoulder blades down and you let that be heavy, do you let your knees straighten? Do you let the back of your ribs fall forward, like sticking your heart out, your sternum out? So if you relax these shoulders, the tendency is to sink into the lower back, tuck the belly button in just a little bit softly, press to your feet, let that spine lengthen, just bring that, that was perfect. And then exhale and lower your hands to your heart.